Hello everyone, this is DD1 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at some very early prototype crawling arms by Gemmy Industries. So these were made, the crawling arms in general, for many years, and the earliest one dates back a while. That was just a regular human hand with the white sleeve, but around 2005-ish or so they started to decide let's make a skeleton one. And these are two very early resin skeleton hands. Now unfortunately both of these were very much abused in their lifetimes. This one was restored to a good degree, and this one has not been touched. This one incredibly has all of the fingers. This one is unfortunately missing one, but I guess if you wanted to make a cast or something off of this, you could just give it a new finger. But yeah, these are very early because in production, and these would have been the same. Let me just restart that. Wow. It's late at night, what can I say? I feel like I say that a lot though, which is not good. But this was the model that had the like the bone print sleeve on it, like a grave raver. And there's actually a label that says "with bones." And there were two of these released. There was the one with the bone print, and then later on there was one with just a regular sleeve, which some would say is of course more realistic. And unfortunately they did not, so this was before the motion sensor was added, and they only produced, as far as I know, the bone print ones with the motion sensor hole. So if I ever did get the fabric again to put on here, there would just be a random hole cut out. But yeah, this thing was broken pretty badly. It was intact initially, but then with shipping and whatnot, it actually had cracked along here all the way around. And so I had to re-glue that. But initially, in order for it to be restored, it actually had to be like basically broken in order to get into it, because there's not like a single screw in this except for the battery cover, ladies and gentlemen. So you can imagine all of the craziness that would have been done to even assemble this in the first place. And when I last tested it wasn't really doing anything. I might just have to push the button down harder. But initially it didn't work because the contacts are really screwed up, as you can predict. These were basically just abused to the nth degree. I mean, it was really bad. There were a few of these that were found. I got this one initially, and then later on I got this one. This one's only missing one finger. There was one that had like a singular finger left, and all the others were like that. So it's nothing short of a miracle that these survived this long. And I have thought a lot about getting like a donor hand to put the fabric on, but then again, it's kind of cool just seeing all of the resin, so I might just leave it like that. But yeah, in production, the skeleton bones were a little darker in color, and it was all injection plastic, so there was a seam on everything, and there were tons and tons of screws. In fact, hold on one moment, I will actually go get one to demonstrate how different they are. So I'm going into a pretty top secret area right now, one might say, because in that room is what we are looking for. And I could have just paused the video, but that would just be more editing for me to do. So I'm just going about it this way. Alright. Found what I'm looking for. And now we're going to continue the video. So alright, ladies and gentlemen, here is a produced looking model. Now this one does have a kind of red sticker on it with either an M or W. It's like Mini Wumbo, I don't know which one. And I don't know the context behind that. but it's obviously was used for something, or something was wrong with it. I don't think this thing even works. I don't even know if I've tried to fix it or anyone else has. But so you can see that it looks pretty different. The way everything's painted. And then if I flip this over, you'll see there's a million little screws in there. And then this one, there's no screws. And that's just pretty neat to see. You could argue that one or the other looks better with the paint job, but I personally do like this, of course. And you can see that this has the sleeves. So there's the little cutout for the wheels, and that's how this would have been visible in the first place. Yeah, obviously this one weighs a lot less. Kind of insane that the whole thing is resin. I guess it kind of had to be because of this. Because you would think it would just be the same underneath the fabric, but they redid it. The only part that was reused was the bottom here. But yeah, I guess that's all there is to really say about these guys. If you want to see what they do, there's plenty of videos. Gemmy crawling skeleton arm. The wheels move forward and like this, and the fingers are moving up and down. Now the craziest part about fixing these, I'll just say, is the strings. You can see those little deteriorated looking, dirty strings. And it's insane how they were put in here because they basically were just glued in here. And again, there's no screws in any of this, so if the string were to break, that would be honestly kind of devastating for the repair process. But yeah, they would have been like that. And it's just a cool piece of history. I obviously don't need two that are basically exactly the same. I guess I'll show this one. This one's a little dirtier. So at some point, I'll probably make a deal with somebody for this, because if they're exactly the same, you know, I don't necessarily need to have it. I've just had this sitting around. Haven't bothered trying to fix it or anything because there's already this one. But that's about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this long video of talking, and I'll see you next time.